gentlemen, welcome to Attack Wrap here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Nick Kennedy. Before we jump into our interview, we got a couple of OHL announcements for you. Your OHL Player of the Week coming out of Saginaw, currently here in Owen Sound, but not playing for the Attack, is Owen Beck with 1 goal, 5 assists, and 6 points. However, Owen Sound, of course, canceling out his point streak, I believe, at 22 games. So a strong defensive effort there from Owen Sound last night puts an end to Owen Beck's point streak there that he continued into the playoffs. Your OHL goaltender of the week going to Jacob Vondras out of Sudbury with 2 wins so far, a 2.46 save percent, or 2.46 goals against average rather, and a .923 save percentage in the playoffs. A fantastic stat line for him. 33 games played this season, 20-10, 2-1, and a goal against average of 3.79, save percentage of .861. So he's really found that playoff gear. And your Owen Sound Attack Player of the Week, I'm not sure if we actually have a Player of the Week this week, but we will we'll give it to the whole team. Why not? That sounds like a good idea. And I will introduce our 2 guests today. We've got Allison Kennedy Davies and Sam Buschbeck. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Great. So you guys are the official, is it fair to say the official Owen Sound Attack photographers, or is it just kind of like you guys chose the Owen Sound Attack to take photos for? How does that all work?
Well, for me, it started, I asked Greg if I could come and shoot just because felt like I wanted to shoot the Attack a little bit, and he said to follow John Carrick around for a little bit, and
great.
Followed him for the last, 2 regular season games and through the playoffs, and then midsummer, he was living down in Collingwood at the time and just didn't want to make the drive anymore, and said, "Do you want to take my spot?" And I said, "Yeah,
excellent.
Take that in a heartbeat." So.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How did you get involved with it as well?
Yeah, coincidentally, that same end of the season, 2 year, well, like be playoffs, the Flint year, I had been shooting a hockey team in Meaford, and that they got kicked out pretty early, and I didn't really want to stop either. And so I started showing up, and then we met at the same time, and then to the Attack's credit, they decided to have both of us there. So that's been really great. Having 2 people is a lot less stressful. So
excellent. You guys feel like you get good coverage then? Are you guys like coordinating who's on what side of the ice for shooting?
We usually try and do that for the first couple periods, and then depending on what's happening in the third, we kind of, if it looks like they might make a comeback, we'll both be at the one end, and if they're winning, we might go and shoot Carter for whoever's playing net at the time, shoot down there and rush the ice once that's all said and done. But.
Excellent. I noticed, Sam, a lot of your photos, you seem to specialize in the black and white. Is that, do you shoot in black and white, or is that just for
editing? That's just after editing. That's a huge, I've loved black and white since college, basically, and anything, I was always told that if you want it to be a good black and white photo, to think about it as a black and white photo when you're taking it. So I try to do that a lot. But yeah, anybody that's seen any of the pictures I post, it's a lot of black and white put up.
So are you guys then employed by the Attack, or do you run your own photography stuff on the side, and that's kind of where you guys are generating more of your photography income, and then the Attack is just kind of part of that?
Yeah, definitely the second part there. It's we get asked to come and shoot, and then on the side, you try and make as much money on the side doing other things, and make up for the addicting habit of shooting hockey.
Sure.
That's an accurate assessment, for sure.
Now, you do a little bit more than just photos as well, Allison, or you do a couple articles here and there as well.
Yeah, who was I talking to this weekend? Said I have a lot of irons in the fire. I do. I've always written as well. I went to photojournalism school, and I write for a magazine over my direction. And then, this year I started a blog for the team. I just wanted to be able to show what else I was capable of. And we'll see if I can keep that up next year. I'm not really sure yet. But
if people wanted to go and read up on some of the players that you've had a conversation with, where would they go?
It's beyondthebenchmedia.ca.
Beyondthebenchmedia.ca, great.
Yeah.
So you can find interviews there, kind of similar to, I guess, what we do on the show, but different stuff written. It's more one-on-one, right?
It's definitely. I just would grab them before or after practice and have a talk. It was really nice to get to know them a little better that way this year, because even though we see them all the time, there's not, nobody's really asking questions pre-game.
Sure.
Yeah, try to stay out of the way. And then basically, as soon as she'd post something, I'd be like, ooh, let's go see what this guy's all about. See what's going on.
Yeah.
So it was always cool to read about that afterwards.
And Sam, you shoot for multiple teams as well, right? You help a little bit with the Kincardine Bulldogs, is it?
No, just the attacks. Just
the attack.
The other guy that was coming out, I think McGinney there, he comes out and he shot a lot for Bulldogs and St. Mary's too. And he was kind of following Carter along when he had come down from Thunder Bay last season. And he was,
Right. So how long have you guys been shooting in hockey? Has that been a while, or are you guys
2 years.
Relatively new?
Yeah, I think
the attack
we're
was
similar.
the first.
Okay.
I did used to work for the Sun Times back in the day, so I did used to shoot from the penalty box when there was no glass. You had to wear a helmet.
Wonderful.
So that was fun times, but then that was just a taste of it, and then just the last couple years.
Great. Well, I think you guys have submitted a couple of photos here for us to take a look at. So why don't we throw the first one up, and maybe we can get a little bit of backstory looking at one of these photos. I think this might be Allison, one of your photos.
Oh, that's mine.
Here.
Just from, I decided to make the trip down to Saginaw on Thursday for game 1. So this is just sewer ball in the bottom of the Dow Arena there.
Excellent. We've asked the guys a lot about their sewer ball habits. Do you know who ended up winning this game?
I think it was down to Denny.
Okay.
I feel like it's down to Denny quite a bit.
Yeah, I think Denny's the.
He's a battle.
I think he's the man when it comes to this. And
yeah, I think it was maybe Denny last, but I'm not 100% sure. I know Carter was out really early.
Oh, okay. That's a little bit of shade. I mean, a lot of the guys have been throwing shade at JP for his skills in sewer ball.
Right.
Great defenseman, but it sounds like when it comes to soccer, maybe not so much. Okay, we got another photo here. This is Harry. Which
it's yours.
That's mine too.
That one's yours as well?
Yeah, we're going to hustle because I don't want to hug all the time like I did last time.
Problem.
This is Harry. Harry is, you had Harry on the show. He's pretty shy.
Yeah.
But man, I don't know if anyone was at that game last night. They know this is an exciting prospect here.
Yeah.
So that's just when JC would have been interviewing him. It's just a nice opportunity to get a portrait.
So Harry has been he's been showing some pretty fancy flashes. Now, I remember all the way back when we had Dale on for the very first episode this year of this show. Harry was one of those guys that we just kept coming back to and we kept talking about.
Yeah.
And the season started, and I'm sure for Harry, it didn't start the way he wanted it to start necessarily. Young kid, so you're going to find, maybe being in a suit every now and then, on the bench every now and then as well. But then all of a sudden, it seems like, something clicked for him. I don't know what it was, but this same skill that he was showing early in the year and in training camp and all of this, the hands that was able to, I remember this one moment, maybe you guys were photographing or taking photos of this, but he has this one move in preseason where he cleared the benches because they were celebrating this incredible deke that he had where he got around 3 guys, scored, and I remember Colby jumping off the bench and giving him a big hug, and it seems like we're starting to see that Harry here.
Yeah.
Well, he drew that big penalty last night too.
Exactly.
Kind of just about scooted around and got dragged down. So
now, do you guys have a running bet on who's going to take the shot of his first goal?
Oh.
Whoever's at the right end.
Who's ever at the right end, yep.
Usually the other person gets jealous at the end of that.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, we meet between periods, and I'm like, you got that right, and then we assess who got the celly and who got the goal.
Yeah.
You got a great shot. I don't know if it's been submitted, but you got a good shot there of Colby in the last home game of the regular season.
Yeah.
Where he had that one-timer, nobody saw it coming, and he just snipes it right home. You're right there at the door where they come off the ice taking a photo, and he points right at the camera. Did you actually get the shot of the point as well?
He actually pointed, and then he blew a kiss.
Wow. That's,
I was like, maybe someone's sitting behind me. I think maybe his girlfriend was in the stands, or his mom, or his mom. But he's pretty good at hamming it up if he knows you're there.
Sure.
For both of us, I would say.
Yeah.
Great. Excellent. Well, we'll take a look at another shot here. I think, Sam, this might be one of yours. Coming off the ice. You want to tell a little bit of the story here?
So this was just for the Black History Month. They let Teos kind of run the show on that. And he usually does something. Last year's, I think he didn't get too crazy, but this year he got some jerseys made up, and he's just an awesome guy for doing this kind of stuff. And I know they had Theo Peckham talking about him, and Das had some really nice things to say. I thought that was an awesome thing for him to do, especially on that month. So.
Now, I mean, it's a great shot there, just of the logo and all that. Do you find certain jerseys are easier to photograph than others? Like, if we're wearing our whites versus our blacks or our reds, do you find a difference there?
Yeah, and a lot crispier too. Like I find the reds get really, look really good.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but Kitchener's jerseys do look pretty good. Like the blues, when they come in, they look good.
Yeah.
But that's about as much as I'll say.
So
about
if
that.
you, as professional photographers, designers, what would you do? What would be the perfect, let's say, jersey to be able to photograph? Like, what's the base color? What's the accent? What are you looking for?
When I took the bus trip down to Erie with them, we were talking about this on the bench, that we thought maybe they're the black jerseys that they've been wearing lately, and we were kind of making fun of Erie for their chrome domes that they were wearing.
Right.
But we thought maybe if we had like a really nice red chrome, red gloves to go with those jerseys.
Go red buckets.
The black.
Yeah, so that was an Andy Brown idea. So I thought I got right on board with that one.
I think some red buckets could really look good on this team. That might be something to talk about later. But
that's what I thought too.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. We'll keep that in mind. I know lots of guys are trying all sorts of stuff with color right now in hockey. We saw a couple of weeks ago, and we've asked some of the guys about this now, but Brent Burns was photographed using some golden blades on St. Patrick's Day there. So I don't know if we see any of those next year, but that might be something to catch the eye of a photographer.
We'll have to keep paying attention for that kind of stuff,
Excellent. We'll throw another photo up here, and what a celebration there from
that was
from Danny.
I just picked this one when I sent the pictures, and this was from down in Erie on the Saturday night, and he scored the overtime winner, and that got him to goal 99.
Right.
But I just thought, that's just how his season's gone this year. He's got he hit 100 goals 13 seconds into the one game or whatever, 30 seconds into the one, and then scores a hat trick that game, that 8-point night.
Right.
I just thought that's it's been just his year, so that was just a picture that I thought was awesome for him.
Fantastic. He has had an outstanding season this year. And one of those guys that you're definitely going to miss next year, right? He's might be an overager, and obviously can't play another season next year, but he's one of those guys where you almost wonder, what if that season wasn't missed because of COVID?
Yeah.
What
100%.
could have been to that stat line?
100%.
Finishing at 102, you never know, maybe more. This, I think, Allison,
That's
this might be
mine,
one of your photos.
Yep.
Was this the mom's skate?
Yeah.
So what, maybe you could walk us through some of the emotions that were on the ice.
More posed photos during the mom skate, but then I always like to watch for when they're really saying goodbye, and then, they're still their little boy.
Yeah, well, and I think that's something a lot of fans forget, eh? They don't realize that, Jake there is, 16, 17 years old. He's still a kid, and that's something that, when people are on the other side of the glass, or they can only interact with, the organization through a Facebook post or an Instagram post. Often that goes unsaid, that these are just still children, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah,
100%.
We'll take another look here. We got some more photos here. Now, this is a great one here from the final regular season game. It looks like this is just after they've received their gifts and they're heading off the ice. I don't know which.
That's mine. So then it's always the scenario, Sam's probably over behind them.
Yeah, over that way.
Shooting that way.
Right.
So then we pretty much always have two views of everything. But I liked Ethan's salute, and I liked the crowd. And
that's great.
And this is the jersey we thought the red chrome
with
domes
the
would
chrome
go
domes.
with. Same color red as
that
the
is
collars.
probably my favorite jersey.
That would be something else.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. Maybe some I don't know if you remember Thomas Plekanec when he'd wear the blue turtlenecks, but maybe a red one. I know they're trying to find solutions to the neck guard problem, and
right.
you see guys like Bert on the Leafs now, who's doing more of the turtleneck style. I don't know, maybe a little bit of
throw some flair into it a little.
That's not bad. That's got some personality. We like personality up here in the attack. So I think we got a few more photos here we can run through. I think, Sam, this might be one of yours.
So this is actually the same skate as the mum skate. Just the players I don't think had any idea their mums were coming out, so they were just doing their thing, going out with all the fans and getting their pictures taken. And this is just Corbin with a fan getting a shot. And I can't get enough credit to those guys, because some of the Sundays they've been out were pretty rough, and they still put on a pretty good face and kind of do what they do out on the ice with the kids, and I think that's just awesome. So.
Well, they're really thrown into that that position where they almost have to just be pros, right? They have to become adults so young. I mean, some of these guys, Carter even talked about on one of the shows that he was here how he left home even earlier than just the OHL, right? You gotta join the big AAA squads if you want to get seen and get the good opportunities to get into the OHL. So, a lot of these guys have been away from home, even earlier than 16. Sometimes for their U15, U14 seasons, they're, they've already moved out or they're living with somebody else, and they miss those opportunities with family. And so I think that's a great assessment, to be able to see how professional these guys can be, especially after a big loss like that. So fantastic, a great shot as well there of Corbin, absolute pro every time he's on the show. I think he had a pretty good interview with you for the blog with Madden.
That was the only back and forth one I tried. It was pretty funny.
That wasn't too bad. I gave that one a read. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
that was,
those two are quite the pair.
They're something else.
Yeah.
I think they're good buddies. So, we'll take another look here, and there's a great shot of Tejas, and just kind of encouraging our flag waver. I'm not sure which.
That was mine too. And again, just the 7 skater there was just kind of hanging out and not really paying attention to everyone pointing at him to go to skate to the blue line. So Tejas just came out and just grabbed him from the center dot there and dragged him over to the blue line with him. And everybody had some fist pumps and shin pad.
Excellent. I think just another example of that professional nature of some of these guys, right? Like for being as young as they are, they really do have a huge responsibility and I guess pressure to grow up quick. Something that I want to mention as well before we go too far, the photo of Corbin and of Jake both at the mum skate. I feel like it's worth mentioning that that was organized all by Ethan's mom, Kim. So thank you, Kim, for organizing that and giving these guys a great opportunity to get some really raw, candid, emotional shots. So it sounds like Kim is just a master organizer. And
I think she's the ringleader.
That's going to be an overage loss there.
Yeah, that'll be. I think the Attack are going to have to find
I
some
think
budget
she's coming
for
back as a manager, though. She's
coming back. Okay,
some sort of manager.
Parent
mom's manager.
something like
that.
Committee, Okay, that'll be great. Yeah, we need maybe a committee of party planning. Now, I think this is right after...
That's the 100th.
The 100th goal. Okay, this was about 23 seconds, I believe, into the first period. So which one of you guys was able to capture? I think, actually,
That's
Allison,
mine.
yours,
I'm pretty sure you were at the other end.
Yeah, I got the actual goal.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. So that tends to be how that goes. One of us is by the net and one of us is at the other end to get this.
Yeah.
And I just can't. I could never get enough of Denny's teeth, let's be honest.
Oh, fantastic.
It's just the best.
You got to wonder if he whistles a little bit when he skates, you know?
Oh, this is from playoffs the other day in Saginaw.
Yeah.
I try to give them their space when they're pregame, but I just really wanted to get the mullet and full flow there. So
for those wondering, that is in fact Colby Barlow. He is. They got some playoff hair going right now.
It's pretty impressive.
Excellent. We'll take another look here. We got some more photos to go. What a shot! Here we go. This is almost something out of like a horror movie for other teams.
Yeah.
If other teams could, they had nightmares, it would be this photo right here.
Yeah. So that was at Erie again, and just like you said, the hallways and the lighting of it was just really cool. And Carter, when he's playing, he doesn't usually do a whole lot, but he came walking down the hall and did that. I was like, I'm not missing this.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome, and I don't know how many people I had reaching out about that and just loved it. And
that's a fantastic shot. That's one of those, like, he's gonna keep this photo probably the rest of his career.
I'd be okay with that.
This is one of those ones, and he is walking down. You can tell the other team is scared of him. This is the photo that makes him scared.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Maybe Erie could learn a few things about lighting, and they could do a little bit better in their hallways. Is that what we're?
No, leave that. That's
cool.
okay. That's all right.
All right. We got a good photo here of a fan. Looks like they're just looking on. Which one of you guys got this?
So I got that one. Just usually I try to hop on the bench for warm-ups, and this guy was just sitting there waiting for somebody to come by and hopefully give him a puck. And if you kind of get the right angles, you get some really neat reflections. And
that's great.
Just really liked how that one turned out. And
I think the best part of the photo here is you see all the signatures on his hat. I think that's something that, and I'm sure you guys have probably come to really appreciate this. From where I stand and watch the games, kind of in the league credential media area there. It's kind of right above where the boys come out before the games and before the periods. And you see guys, I think, a few to call out by name. Madden Steen, Cedric Gaindon, a couple of those guys that will walk out, and it doesn't matter if there's 3 kids or if there's 600 kids, they are going to stop and they're going to fist bump or handshake every single kid along the way. And then you look at a guy like that who's got, I don't know, 30 signatures on his hat or something like that. And it just makes you appreciate, how good these guys are to the kids and how important they are too for the community. I mean, Allison, you've been in this community for a very long time and around the team. I'm sure you've seen that lots.
Yep. And I know there's some kids. I know of a little kid who's going to be pretty heartbroken about Denny going, and that same one has a brother who's in love with SETI.
Right.
And the kids come to. And then they're in the schools, right? And come to play road hockey, and they're out and about. I think it's different than an OHL team in a big center. I think there's a lot more personal connections, and just that setup with the fan tunnel, with the player entrance. I don't know who else in the league really has that kind of access. I think it's great.
Exactly. Well, I think access is the key word, right? You see these kids and they're just overjoyed when they get to see a player interact with a player because they have access to them. And these guys, while they're just kids and they're going to move on and have careers elsewhere, to all of the little kids that are watching these games, they're better than NHL players for that same reason that you mentioned. They've got the access to them, and just something very special to see. And you mentioned small market. I mean, we're the smallest market in the CHL, right? It's you're certainly right. You don't get that same celebrity status if you're a London Knight. You might be in a storied franchise, but there you're just a number. Here, you're a person. So just a little bit of shade down there.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to do that.
Have you guys gotten a chance to do some photographs down in the London arena?
She did for the playoffs
last year. Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
First of all, I've learned last year and this year that I'm really bad at shooting in an arena where 7,000 people are cheering against you. I think it's just a really weird feeling. I learned that again at Saginaw on the weekend.
Right.
I need AirPods. I'm not sure. But it was intense. It's a lot.
Kind of with that in mind, what would you say to all of the armchair critics that they'll watch the games and they'll go, I could do better than that down there, or I could coach better than that, or I could play better than that? Do they really understand what it's like to be right down there when every single person in that building is against you?
Yeah, I don't know. That would be overwhelming. I know. I never even really stopped to think about the fact that if I feel like that, how do they feel on the ice?
Yeah.
I don't know. I could say lots of things to the armchair critics. I'm sure. I find them. It's great reading. It's like a train wreck. You can't stop.
great reading. We'll put
Yeah.
it that way. Okay. We got a couple of more photos, and then we'll make sure that we've got a trivia question for you guys here in a moment. Now, this is post-mullet cut, of course.
This
Signings
is
and
also
hockey
from
cards.
Saginaw. I guess I threw quite a few in there. Just same thing. I wanted that. There's a couple fans in Saginaw who had like binders full of everyone's hockey cards, and
Wow.
we're coming around to get them signed. So,
Very
and I
cool.
did fully ask Ethan to take his hat off.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah.
Because by then I hadn't really seen too many mullets yet.
Sure, sure. I mean, they are making a bit of a resurgence, it seems.
Yeah.
You know?
Well.
Have they ever really left hockey culture? I don't think so.
No.
But I mean, you know, if we're talking about pro mindsets and people who are professionals at heart. I think Ethan is one of those guys that certainly encapsulates all of what it means to be a pro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a hard worker and humble and.
Well, what was that
well-spoken.
sign that the fan
Oh,
had?
last night, yeah.
Last night.
Yeah,
It was
he had a
250
great-
games and played both ways on every single one, or whatever it said there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was a-
exactly.
No.
Yeah, I think our friend over in section H with the bear hat
Yep.
had a great Ethan Burrows sign. So
Yeah.
that's
That's the one. He gave it to Kimmy at the end of the night.
oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Good. So
Yeah.
I'm glad she got that. We got a few more photos here. There's a great
Oh
one.
my gosh,
of,
all mine are mullets, I guess. So
Yeah,
that's
okay.
also from Saginaw. I didn't know I put so many mullets in, but that's just Sam McHugh. I don't know, there was something funky with the light on that bench during warm-up that every water droplet would light up. So
Wow.
that was just him just getting ready.
Yeah, sure. Pretty good one to get there. Do you ever end up getting drops on the camera you got to wipe off, or is that not really an issue?
I haven't had that here, but
Okay.
I used to shoot motocross and there's lots of champagne.
Well, yes.
So yeah, you want to run the other way, but
Excellent.
If you stand too close to Teos, on the
Teos does
bench,
get the back of his neck sprayed.
Yeah, it kinda goes
yeah.
everywhere.
Looks
That-
like him,
that
and
does.
sometimes Seds gets that done as well.
Yeah.
Teos has some. He likes it to be shot right at his neck, so
Yeah,
it has like a
yeah.
wide
Wide
Excellent.
spray.
range. Yeah.
Well, before we throw the last photo up, we do have a trivia question for all of you watching out there at home. The prize, of course, will be 2 tickets to tomorrow night's game here at the Bay Shore, Game 4 against Saginaw. It is a game you are not going to want to miss. I think,
No.
I mean, going down to Saginaw yourself, we have gotten stronger and stronger
yeah.
and stronger every single game in this series.
Yep.
And Saginaw's cracks are showing.
Yep.
I think these guys are starting to recognize that we're not an easy first-round matchup.
No.
So your trivia question for all of you there watching at home is, who has the most Owen Sound franchise wins in a single season by a goalie? You guys are going to need to text or call in. Of course, these are tickets to tomorrow night's game against Saginaw, April 3rd. Starts at 7 p.m. at the Bay Shore. Make sure you get there nice and early to see Sam and Allie taking all sorts of great shots of Teus and his waterfall neck and all sorts of great stuff. So you can text that number or you can call in. Email works as well. Make sure you guys send in your answer. Which goalie has the most career wins, or most single season wins rather, for the Owen Sound Attack? Make sure you guys call, text in, and we're going to be right back after this break with more Attack Wrap here on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Buckle up. We're cleared for takeoff.
Here we go, boys. Here we go.
16 teams, one champion for the greatest trophy in sports.
You know why I'm here.
A time for new heroes to be born.
This is a guy who wants to get to the Stanley Cup Finals.
This is what I'm here for.
Stanley Cup champions.
I'm here for the Stanley Cup.
They've reached the summit.
I'm here to win.
The Stanley Cup playoffs. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Vivica Gravel, Community Development Coordinator with the City of Owen Sound and the River District. And welcome to My River District. This is a show where every week we'll be here at Rogers Studios talking to you and talking to local businesses and people in the community about why they, as locals, love it here. They'll also share some stories about their businesses and how they can help you. So meet us here every week, Rogers TV, for the whole season of My River District.
Join us on the next Grey County Life. We'll be joined by the cast of Something Rotten at the Roxy Theatre.
Also, Jen Wright will be in to talk about the upcoming Home and Cottage Expo. And Renee will join us from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter on Grey County Life.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Attack Wrap here on Rogers TV. My name is Nick Kennedy, joined by Ali Kennedy Davies and Sam Buschbeck. Thank you again for joining us here on the show. We got a few more photos to go through. Make sure if you have not already opened up your phone and gone to HockeyDB or Elite Prospects to find out the answer to today's trivia question, which of course is which goalie has the most single season wins for the Owen Sound Attack. And you can text in your answer. The number was at the bottom of the screen before. I'm sure it'll pop up again. But we will take a look at a couple of more photos here. Wow. What a, they almost blend right into the ice there. Hey?
Yeah, so that was from Erie.
You're going to have to tell us how you actually got this shot.
So I went down for Saturday, and I don't know how long I ran around the arena trying to ask somebody that, because as soon as I walked in, I saw the catwalks, and I was like, surely you're allowed up there. Somebody has access or whatever. So Saturday, I didn't get an answer, and then when I was there early, I asked their team photographer. He's like, yeah, just follow me up. Here's the code.
Awesome.
Hopefully I don't get him in trouble. That was awesome.
Well,
but anyway, that was after they had their shootout win, and Carter robbed the last shooter from Erie and did the old silence at them, and then everyone stormed Carter, and I just was sitting right up top and got that aiming down on them, and it was
awesome.
Just capped off a good weekend.
Carter and shootout wins. He was recently voted by all OHL coaches in the Western Conference the scariest goalie to face in a shootout. So great work there from Carter. I mean, clearly players are not looking forward to playing against him, and how lucky are we to have him on our team. So that's great. We got another, I think this is a classic black and white for us here.
Yeah.
Great photo there of Colby getting ready for
that's from last year, actually. Nick Chenard's last home game at the Bayshore. So just same thing like last game of the year. This year we both got there early just to get the walk-ins and stuff. So this was just after the walk-ins, and Nick was just getting ready for the game. And again, I just thought it would be a really cool black and white photo, and it turned out to be really good. And
I think Nick this year was out east playing, I think it was Dalhousie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So after a quick stint there with the Toronto Maple Leafs, did he
we watched. We didn't quite fly down for that, but we definitely watched.
I think that might be a rule they need to instate, is that if you have taken photos of their last OHL game, you get a free media pass for a day when they get called 100%. Up on an emergency basis to the NHL.
Oh yeah, we'll be knocking on the door of the Jets.
Petition for the Edge.
Excellent work. Yeah, no, that's great. We'll take a look. I think we got 2 or 3 more photos here. We'll take a quick peek before some highlights. Looks like Cedric, big celebration. I don't know, did he score this or is he pointing?
Yeah, he scored it, but on an assist. Maybe from. The lines have been changing, so I don't know. Servac? I feel like it might have been Servac, but this is in Saginaw as well, and. Saginaw had scored like really early, I think under a minute, and then it was not maybe 2 minutes later that Seti scored that to tie it. That first game in Saginaw was really quite good. They played really, really well. I didn't watch all of the seconds.
Even secured a lead at one point.
Yeah, that we were ahead at one point, and then it went back and forth, and then.
Yeah, empty netters will always kind of skew the results of it, but you know, we've been relatively within a goal or two of this team the entire series, which I think is something maybe people aren't quite realizing just how close these games have been. Owen Sound certainly hasn't been blown out like some people might have expected after our last regular season game against Saginaw. I think instead Owen Sound has really shown that they are a threat, and I think there's a lot of London fans out there right now that are really cheering for Saginaw because I think they might be a little bit afraid of us. We've been pushing the Knights pretty hard this year as well.
I think so.
Anyways, we got a trivia winner here, Crystal Vallis. So congratulations to Crystal. You have won the tickets for tomorrow night's game here at the Bayshore. Make sure you stop by the box office to pick those up. Of course, the correct answer being Michael McNiven in the 2016-2017 season with 41 wins in 54 games, 2.3 goal against average, and a .915 save percentage with 6 shutouts. A fantastic season there by Michael McNiven, one that hopefully we'll see maybe replicated not too distant future. You never know. All right, I think we've got time for about one more photo, and then we're going to jump into some highlights here from this past week. So why don't we throw up one more photo here, and we'll take a quick peek. What a great shot that is. We got the in-house camera guy down there as well. Which you guys are by section A here, I believe. Whoever's taking this.
Yeah, this is This is right, like, the player tunnel's to the left over there, right?
Yeah, it looks like I'm shooting right there.
Oh, are you down there? Oh, yeah, you are. Yeah, that's just me walking. But sometimes if it's full, which, I'll just do an extra lap to make sure.
Okay.
It's nice to have a few each year of this pack.
I think our players are actually in the top right. Top right is our player tunnel there. Because if I'm correct, I think those are the boxes along the right side.
Oh, am I at that end? Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
A fantastic photo. It makes the Bayshore look like a very intimidating place to play, this photo. I really like this.
It's meant to be.
Yeah, that is a fantastic photo. We might have to get that one put up on the Google page or something like that. That's a great shot. Fantastic. Oh, it sounds like we got one more here. Now, Sam, I saw you editing some photos like this recently. What's the inspiration behind these?
I just saw a couple of the other photographers talking about this. There's one in particular in the WHL that I saw kind of doing things like this. So it's called a multiple exposure. So the camera, you take one photo and then you take another one and it overlaps them together, so it's all done in camera.
So this is not editing whatsoever.
So I just tweaked the colors a little bit, but that's right out of the camera. So
that's fantastic. That's one of those. Again, we talked about a photo that Georgie's going to keep around for a long time. I think Hooks might be saving this one to his phone as well.
Yeah, he messaged me as soon as I had that one up, saying it was pretty sick. So
excellent.
That's all that matters.
Fantastic.
As long as they're happy.
If the players like it, that's great.
Fine, yeah.
Really appreciate you guys giving us a little glimpse into the life of a photographer in the OHL. Looking forward to all the photos you guys are taking tomorrow night as well, and hopefully a few more games as well this year.
Hopefully.
And of course next season as well. Looking forward to everything you guys have in store, those double exposures. You'll have to pull something out for us.
Yeah, I might have to. We'll see what happens.
Excellent. That's fantastic. Well, thank you guys so much for that. We're going to throw some highlights up here. I'll be right back and we'll break those down afterwards as well. So we'll take a look here at game number 1 out of Saginaw, Owen Sound. I think following by a score of 6-4, if I'm not mistaken. So let's take a look at these highlights real quick.
Either game 1 or 2 than it is later on when the series gets deep.
Absolutely. Offensive zone draw. Beck back for Bloom. He shoots and scores!
That was a good start.
52 seconds in. 1-0 Spirit in game 1. And who else but those two? Hookie. The attack going to work. Jordan chopped at by Joey Willis, and that one backhanded to the net. That puck knocks down in front. Hookie puts it off the end wall. Petrovsky spun in front. They score! Good work in behind the net. It's Gandon cashing in. Landon Hookie kept things alive. And Gandon will even this game up. 15:52 to go in the first. One apiece. From Steen. Hache. Then past Smith, and then Christopoulos, almost a centering feed for Beck. That was disrupted. Knocked down by Parekh, then Bloom. Into the circle, Beck back for Bloom. Shoots, he scores! Second of the game for Josh Bloom. rest assured, newly renovated Frankenmuth Fairfield Inn will meet all your needs. FairfieldInn.com for more information as the Owen Sound attack will send this back out and down. McEwen behind the net, a centering feed, and they score!
Oh, that's not good.
A pass that made its way through the blue paint. McHugh from below the goal line feeds Declan Waddick in front. That'll be his first career postseason goal. And just as Saginaw scored early in period one, it's Owen Sound's turn. Now loading the right side of the ice, near side Sapovalo. The puck rolls up. And then back out. Barlow pries it free. He's in. Curling shot fought off by the shoulder. Rebound. They score! First shot was tough. Oak had to fight it off. The rebound, Denny Gore just powers through the goaltender. Denisio picks it up, sends it back for Donovan. To the circle, Sema. Hash mark up top, Ethan Hay, one more spin. Denisio scores! Kill for Saginaw late in the second. Parek's in now. Has a chance, shoots, save George. The rebound fought off of Willis. Gets a second chance and he hit the crossbar. Rebound chance, almost goes back in. They scored! Misa!
What a sequence.
A game of follow the bouncing puck. Wow. Michael Misa did, and the unsung part of this entire sequence, he almost had it into the zone with speed. He had to reach back, and he does get it in onside. Willis, massive battle in front for that puck. I think Parek hits the bar. Back through their own bench doors. Parek and Christopoulos. He'll chase down Sedley, intercept, look down. Here's Bloom, two already, and he's blown up after the shot. Rebound chance, Beckett, a diving save made by the stick of Madden Steen. Away, and Parek trying to hold the zone, and a little bit of a logjam. Willis is taken down, but Parek kept his puck in front of him. Beck's back in with 2.5 to go. Beck shoots, glove save, rebound chance, score! It's Haight on the loose puck, and it's a 2-goal lead.
That's a big one.
Make it 3 assists for Hunter, or make it 3 assists for Owen Beck, and a very much deserved goal from Hunter Haight. So face-off win by the Spirit. Assay's taken down, but not before he ripped the puck off ice, and now Haight trying to break through, and a vacant cage for Haight. And it's a 6-3 lead. Up and down the lineup, although I'm not sure how far down the lineup you can call Michael Misa as Smith weaves in and scores. Something to stick in the heads of the Spirit. The Spirit hang on.
Well, a great game there. I mean, obviously not the result that Owen Sound is looking for, but I mean, we were talking there just during the highlights. Owen Sound played a fantastic game. There's a couple of fluky bounces. We're looking at Carter making the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saves, and it's maybe the 6th or 7th that'll sneak by, and the one just going into the third period, just at the end of the second, where he almost scoops that out of mid-air, just a fantastic acrobatic display there from him. And really, I mean, 1 or 2 goals either way has really defined the series. I mean, Owen Sound has been in it from the very start. I don't think people were really expecting them to be as in it. I don't know what your guys' take on this is so far. I mean, taking it from the lens of a camera might give you guys a different perspective on how it's gone.
There's just been so many little plays that just posts or just wide or just block, just little plays like that have gotten in the way of maybe that extra goal here and there.
Sure, a couple of hairs one way or
exactly.
another, and we're going into tomorrow 3-0 the other direction.
Yep. And I was talking to some of the moms at the end of last night, and they're like, could we just get one bounce? Yeah. Just one bounce going our way.
Exactly.
But that's the game.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll take a look here at game number 2. Another one that I think this second game, we'll talk about it when we get back, but as you watch the highlights here, Owen Sound only got better and better during the course of Game 2. So we'll take a look at this one, and we'll be right back.
On the power play, a cross-checking penalty to Stewart. Bloom to the corner, finding Owen Beck. Puts it right in front, the shot, they score! Beck put it off for Willis. Power play goal. The Spirit have a 1-0 lead in Game 2. They're over the line. The puck is stolen by Beck, lays it into space, shorthanded chance. Here's Bloom, alone, scores!
All right, good goal.
Denisio looking everywhere, finally passing to Owen Beck. Sets up in the circle, shoots, he scores!
Boy, what a shot.
You want to talk about a deceptive release? 14-12 to go in the second. James Petrovsky, long shot, he scores!
Seeing eye.
And camped out right on the doorstep was Landon Hookie, taking away the eyes of Andrew Oak. I'm not sure if Hookie got a touch on it. He got puck pulled up off the wall. Zane Parekh has it, top of the zone. Opens up, sends it through, takes a shot, he scores! It's James Goh, and it's 4-1. Parekh up for Willis. Sedley with back pressure. Here comes Shapovalov. Now to the near side. Parekh taps it back door. Willis! And a save with the right pad by George. And Willis, the trailer, Shapovalov, and Zane Parekh. Nearly a tic-tac-toe play. Willis just can't elevate that puck. Bishop off the boards. It's picked up by Cormier, streaking to the net. Here they come. A shot off the goal post. It's behind Oak. Dancing in the paint. They can't get a shot off. It's not covered yet. Finally sent down the length of the ice by Owen Beck for an icing in behind Andrew Oak.
Did it hit Oak in the back?
It did. Goal post, Andrew Oak's back, maybe once or twice, and then kicking at it was McHugh. He was off balance. And Owen Beck, just about as calm as anything, is able to pull that puck out and send it down the length of the ice. Sedley gets it right back and then finds Barlow in the circle. Back for Sedley. Long shot, deflection, saved by Andrew Oak. Rebound is loose. Petrovsky shot, they score!
Oh, boy. That's a good save.
They got at least 2 or 3 cracks at it. And it's Burrows who gets the attack within 2. Donovan takes a whack. It's off the body of Lincoln Moore and off the glass.
Here we go.
A chance at an empty net. As Mangoni finds Misa, he's taken down and into the net. But the puck went in as well. So it's a 5-2 lead here for the Saginaw Spirit. Saginaw takes the 2-0 series lead with a 5-2 victory.
Well, another one of those games where I'm not sure if the score really speaks to the quality of play that was there. I mean, we saw a couple of poor bounces there. Corms obviously just hitting kind of the corner of the crossbar and post, beating the goaltender, bounces off the goaltender's back, somehow still stays out. Sam gets knocked over from behind. If he doesn't get his skates kicked, I mean, you'd see him take 3 swipes at it, and the goalie doesn't even know where it is. So, you know, a couple of bounces here and there, and like we said, a very different series. And you know, I guess, were you down there for Game 2 or just Game 1?
Just Game 1, yeah.
Just Game 1. I think, you know, for watching this game on TV, first period, yeah, Saginaw probably won the first period if you're going match play style. Second period, I mean, with the way these are edited, they mostly just show the goals. And Saginaw, I would say they were pretty strong that first 10 minutes. And Owen Sound, I would say, you know, they started showing up Saginaw in the last 10 minutes of the second period. And so, you know, you kind of have a split decision there. Of course, more goals going Saginaw's way in that period. But the third period, it really was almost all Owen Sound. Like, they were just dominating. They were showing what they can do. And they really did come into yesterday's game with that same energy. And they started to really pick it up. And we saw a relatively strong defensive team last night, which is something that, you know, I think is really good to see that the guys are capable of doing.
Yeah. 100%. And they were starting. It seemed like they were getting a lot more physical, and Saginaw was either not liking it or shying it away from it. And I seem to think that's what they started doing in game 2.
I mean, I think game 2 or game 3 rather. You mentioned they start doing it in game 2. Game 3, I don't know what your take is on this, but I think the 2 turning points for the energy in the Bayshore in that game was Connor Smith's hit behind our own net.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Fantastic hit, lays the guy out. The ice has still got water on it, so you know he's not happy the rest of the period. And then Tejas Jordan in the first or second period when he's killing off a penalty by pinning the puck to the boards
there
for
was a
60
lot of
straight
noise.
seconds.
Yeah.
Just a fantastic effort from Owen Sound in that game. It's impossible to have watched last night's game as an Owen Sound Attack fan and not have been proud of what this team was able to do.
100%.
Yeah. We'll take a quick look. I think these highlights are pretty short from last night's game with the fewer goals, but we'll take a quick look at those and we'll be right back.
Now a chance on the front. Christopoulos, a quick spinning shot, and Carter George is going to make the game's first save. Gets it over to Gore, over the line, try to short pass to the blue line, and a breakaway now shorthanded potentially for Bloom. Sapovalov joins him. Bloom coming into the backhand, and he didn't get a shot away as he went cross crease. Now Owen Sound comes up ice 3-on-2. Barlow for Burrows, and Hache stepped up with a nice poke check. Drops it back to Servac Petrovsky. Skates it in, he's got a lane. Petrovsky the shot, and the save is made by Andrew Oak. You'd have to think Owen Sound would certainly take it, being scoreless through 20. Here is Sema, busting into the zone, cuts to the net with a quick shot, and he scores! Nick Sema is able to slip it through with 13 seconds left in the first. It's 1-0 Spirit. Now Waddick with control, back to the point. Good job by Sedley to keep it in. Jordan wide on purpose, trying to bank it in front. Into the corner goes Jackson Stewart. Jake Crawford spins a shot, and a glove save is made by Andrew Oak. Pulled free by Misa. Shot by Moore, and a nice glove save is made by Carter George. So the Spirit keep the puck down in the attack zone. Nancy another chance to get it out. He will off the linesman, picked up by McHugh. Trailer is Connor Smith. He's open. Connor Smith with a shot, and he missed on the glove side. Pulled over the line here by Beck. Beck takes a shot. Glove save by Carter George. Over to Sedley. Sedley will hold on to it. Ian Barlow are going to switch spots right now. Guindon is high to support. Sedley with it. Sam Sedley. Barlow one-timer. Scores! Colby Barlow on the power play, and it's tied 1-1.
That's the power play goal you've been waiting for. Colby Barlow in his office. A Sam Sedley feed through the seam, and it's tied at 1 here at the Bayshore.
Denny Gore's 5 for 13. Saginaw has been winning the battle at the dot. 22 seconds left in the period. Off the face-off, and it's one back by Beck. Denizio coming across the blue line. Pass deflected. Penalty expires. We're back to 5-on-5. Dozen seconds to go in the period. Christopoulos tied up. They score! Joey Willis. Back-to-back periods. In the final seconds, the Spirit score, and they're up 2-1.
Offense now. They send their big guns in that first line with Barlow, Guindon, and Hookie.
Here's a chance for Colby Barlow. Barlow to the backhand. What a glove save by Andrew Oak. Best save of the night as he robs the attack sharpshooter.
The one guy that you want all alone in this slot for the Owen Sound attack. Back-to-back 40-goal scorer, Colby Barlow, who has the lone goal for the attack in this one. The Bayshore bounce comes right to him, fakes the shots, go to the backhand, but Andrew Oak flashes the leather, and he matches the performance of Carter George on that one.
Burrows goes across now to Guindon. Guindon with the shot. Shoulder save is made by Oak. Picked up now by Gore. 12 seconds left. Side of the net. Cross crease. Can they stuff it home? It's cleared aside. Sedley keeps it in. 7 seconds to go. Shot by Barlow. Here it comes. Fires. Saved by Andrew Oak. He holds on with 3 seconds to go. 3.4 seconds to go. Guindon against Sapovalov. One back to Sedley. Fans on it. Can't get it to Gore. Guindon with the shot. It's wide. And the Saginaw Spirit take a
2-1. Mark McKelvey standing ringside following game number 3 of this Western Conference quarterfinal. The Saginaw Spirit defeat the Owen Sound Attack 2-1. They now lead the series 3-0, joined by Attack head coach Darren Rumble. And coach, a valiant effort here tonight from your group. You guys come back to the Bayshore, a loud crowd. You know, they made sure to try and be impactful in this one. felt like you guys, maybe have just needed a couple of bounces, but you had to be pretty happy with the effort.
Yeah, we played it was by far our best game of the series. I thought we played well game one. We took a step forward in game two and was a pretty even game, could have gone either way. And I think tonight, we for sure could have won that hockey game. It was a great game. The fans were awesome. I think it was exciting. Our staff that was up above was commenting in between periods how exciting the game was. So proud of the guys. We've taken a step each game. So now, we've got to take another one for game four and see if we can break the goose egg.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, but just looking back at this game, at the end of the day, there were goals at the end of periods. Those can be pretty deflating. What was the mood going into the dressing room at the end of periods 1 and 2, and how did you try and keep the guys focused?
Yeah, those goals late, a lot of times can really, take the air out of the balloon. So, we just got them refocused, said, it was a great period for 19 plus minutes, both periods. So just, we talk about having a memory like a goldfish, try to let it go and move forward, and I thought we did that well. We were pushing hard in the third period, and felt like at any point we could score. So give them credit. It was like I said, it was a really good hockey game.
Only allowing 2 goals against, it was 40 shots, but Carter George was stellar. That said, it looked like, from our vantage point at least, that was maybe one of the best defensive games you guys have played all season long. How'd you feel about the D-core? I know there was a little mixing and matching, getting away from the usual pairings.
I thought they did a great job. Yeah, Carter was outstanding, obviously. A lot of times when we play well throughout the year, especially early in the season, Carter was the difference. But I thought we played great team defense tonight. The forwards were working back. We were executing our systems. The D did a great job defending and making good first passes to get us out of the zone. So, you're bang on with that observation that the coaching staff is for sure happy with our defensive effort tonight.
As we look ahead now to game number 4, obviously you want to see much of the same from what you saw here tonight, like probably a few more bounces, but it is probably in the back of the minds of the players. They're down 3-0. So what do you guys have to do as a coaching staff? How do you keep the guys focused from not letting that seep into their brains too much?
Well, if you ask any coach, they're going to tell you don't worry about 4. It's just the power of 1. It's every time you step on the ice, 1 good shift, 1 good hit, 1 good shot, 1 good penalty kill, 1 good power play. Just always thinking about doing 1 good thing every time you get out there, and obviously at the end of the day, if we do that well, we have a chance to win 1 game, and then we win 1 game, and then we'll worry about doing that all over again on Thursday.
Well, great battle here tonight. Obviously, guys come up short, but again, full marks for the effort. Best of luck come game number 4 on Wednesday night.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, 7 p.m. puck drop for game number 4 Wednesday.
Well, a great interview there from head coach Darren Rumble. Thank you so much for all of you guys watching tonight. Thank you to Allison. Thank you, Sam, for coming on the show and talking all about photography in the OHL and what that's like. Really appreciate your guys' takes on that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Attack Wrap here on Rogers TV. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night to Game 4 on Rogers TV and the OHL Network, starting at 7 p.m. here at the Bayshore. You're watching Attack Wrap on Rogers TV.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Like most of Canada's film and media industries, Todd Studio is mostly straight and white. But by pledging to check their privilege, Todd Studio can now help fund programs to finally create a more diverse talent pool. And Todd, you can stop hiding behind this plan. What?
Actually, I'm in the vents.
Stop hiding from our industry's lack of diversity and pledge to help POV fix it. Go to checkyourprivilege.ca.
Everyone wants to know about everything Blue Jays.
Blair and Barker, know what's up.
Over under an 86.5 wins.
I'm going to go over.
What's the story on Blue Jay Central?